before I actually get into the story, I think I need to get back into doing more videos like the ones you're about to hear, because PC has gotten besides themselves when it comes to them wanting to talk about accountability and resisting and complying when it comes to the police. And I feel like I've been slacking when it comes to these type of stories. Like, I feel like I had the ball rolling last summer because they were coming up so frequently. But then, then I started receiving some more of these, but then I kind of evaded doing them because so many other stuff was coming up. But I think I'm going to get back into these type of stories because they need to be addressed. But anyway, this man's name is Christopher Hunt, and it's coming out of this place called Sebago. I'm not exactly sure where in the world that is, or where in America that is. But this guy, it's out of Maine. I didn't read the whole thing. It's out of Maine. No wonder I didn't know. I don't know no cities in Maine. He said this man was accused of punching a deputy in the face multiple times. And as you can see by his mugshot, not only is he still breathing, but he has no visible smudges or bruises or abrasions to his face. So it looks like he was handling the deputy and the deputy wasn't handling him back. But I'm willing to bet if he was a black man, we would know the outcome. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office says Good Samaritan stopped to help a deputy who was being punched in the face repeatedly by a suspect in Sebago on Thursday. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office says they got multiple reports around 2:50 p.m. about a man walking in the road on Route 114 near Folly Road and flagging down vehicles, forcing them to stop. Some reported that the man would try to get inside the vehicles. A deputy arrived on the scene and spotted the man who repeatedly ran away, according to police. So there he's doing the fleeing thing, like PC loves to tell us not to do. A short time later, a nearby homeowner reported that the suspect, identified as 42-year-old Christopher Hunt of Sebago, had tried to force his way into the home. Police say the deputy found Hunt and chased him. While attempting to arrest him, Hunt allegedly punched the deputy multiple times in the face. So he's resisting and he's assaulting. So that's two more things they keep trying to tell us to stop doing. And before I go any further, now let me throw out this point before I forget. When we as black people point this out in the clear double standard and the hypocrisy that they use when it comes to this situation, especially when they do it as well, they'll come back with something like, oh, well, stats say you do it more, or something along those lines. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about and what kind of so-called rebuttal that they'll come back with. So basically, they've gone from they don't do it as that they don't do it to they don't do it as much. Which is it? Because both can't be correct. A neighbor, as well as a passing motorist, stopped to help the deputy during the struggle. Police say more officers arrived and were able to take Hunt into custody alive and unscathed, as you can see. Hunt was charged with assault on a law enforcement officer, refusing to submit to arrest or detention, and violating his conditions of release. Police say Hunt was out on bail at the time of the incident. The deputy was treated for minor injuries at the main medical center and released. Hunt is being held at the Cumberland County Jail. The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office would like to say thank you to those community members who stopped to assist the deputy in need, Cumberland County Sheriff Sergeant Joseph Dyer said. Now just imagine, if those Samaritans were not there, this guy probably would have gotten beaten probably within an inch of his life. He probably could have took his gun and shot him. And see, the thing is, that deputy is lucky he didn't see his gun, because he probably would have taken it and shot him, or his taser at the very least, and shocked him. But the fact still remains is that this guy was able to get away practically with doing that. And by get away, I'm not saying in the sense that he got arrested, because he didn't get completely away, but the fact that he was able to walk away with his life still intact. He's still breathing in oxygen and exhaling it as well. Like I said, look at his face. This guy was pummeling on this deputy, which I'm sure is has left marks on his face, and wherever else on his body he probably hit him. But this guy has no visible injuries whatsoever. I keep telling people they love to follow the protocol when it comes to their own. There are some, and that's a very small sum, where there are exceptions to the rules. And those exceptions don't get highlighted by mainstream media, and mainly because PC don't give a damn. Y'all keep thinking that they do, but they really don't. I would probably be the one speaking out on certain situations like that if I get wind of it before they ever even touch it. If they even want to be bothered with it. When's the last time Fox News did a video about police brutality, did a story about police brutality on a PC individual? I'll wait. And if they have, what angle did they take when talking about it? That's another thing you got to take into consideration. Do they talk about it, and from what angle are they going to use? Because they're not going to talk about it at the same way that they'll talk about when it comes to black people. You can look at the situation with Tyree Nichols and them bringing on that fat lock and trying to say he's blaming single mothers and stuff like that. They wouldn't say that about a PC individual if he was in that position. They wouldn't. They wouldn't even call fat lock up there to commentate. So there you have it. Another Operation Protect the White Boy in full effect in the books.